What's going on? We live. We got Gerard, Gary, cousin Matt today. Special guest slash
Sass victim.
the next one. Hey, so it's Sunday. We said we'd be out here again. Thanks for everybody joining us. We're hanging out. We're talking about our week, what we're doing. Mobros Real Estate Group, and Jeffrey should be there live with us somewhere. If you have questions, we'd love to answer them. If we can help you, we'd love to help you. That's what we're about, just helping people get through their day, get through their situation.
Who's that? Delay.
So good luck to Matthew today. We'll see what happens.
It's not too hot. Thanks for asking though. It's we have to actually have the AC and we have a fan going on, so appreciate it. So Gerard will be in and out. He's putting out fires right now.
Speaking of pretty hot fires. Speaking of pretty hot fires, over the weekend was supposed to be a relaxing weekend, right? But my brother, he has an Airbnb, and they ran into some trouble, and he was on the phone for like an hour and 15 minutes after we put out fires on the RV that we were staying in also. So that was, I like that. Like, it was a good segue into what you got to say about putting out fires, dude.
And this whole week has been putting out fires. There's a couple of things that we ran into. We'll get to the fires here in a bit, but one of the things that we ran into, which is we're looking for houses. We're always looking for houses. We're looking for houses in any condition, any situation. The situation that we came across today, or this week, was actually a house that was behind, really far behind on taxes, like $100,000. You know, and they reached out to us, see if we could help them, and you know, we can't buy every house, but we want to give them the best advice possible, and not charge them for that, and really
do our part, right? Like, just do our part to help everybody out.
It's about helping people win. Gerard and Gary actually got the information and came up with a game plan for them.
Well, you know what? We were able to call the tax office, and Gary, one of Gary's friends, somebody he knows, and they asked us to try to help out. So I said, you know what? Gabriel gave us some advice. He said it's probably this and that, but hey, we want this call anyway. You don't know if there's new programs or whatever is out there that can help us. So we called the tax office, and it was pretty plain and dry, straight. This is what you owe. Talked about the percentages going up, the penalty, 1% penalty, 1% interest per month after 12%. It kept going up. So yeah, we were able to still give them a game plan and some choices. We called Juan Bass. He's in our network. He helps us all out. We were actually able to give them a price on some documents they may need.
Juan Bass, the mortgage, right?
So that, they were able to give them a price on documents they needed. And going into that, that's talking about the errors of probate. You're familiar with that argument.
So a lot of times, especially we're finding in certain areas, San Antonio areas, people may not know a lot of information or have access to it. But a lot of times what will happen is you'll have multiple family members who are left behind after a grandparent or a parent has passed away. Left them the house thinking that, well, they'll take care of it, and it's usually not the case. I mean, it sucks, but it's just part of the legal system, right? So there's succession, right? So if let's say your mom and dad own the house and they wanted to leave it to you and Juanito and Maria and Cantinflas, right? Let's just use those words. Let's just use them. Yeah. And but Cantinflas, he doesn't want to sell, right? They gave him the house. He wants to live in mommy and papi's house because that's the house he grew up in. But Juanito and Maria, they want to sell their part, right? It happens all the time. So now they're fighting. that's only 3 people. Imagine 6, 7, 8, 10 people fighting over one house.
Tricky.
You see that a lot. You'll see that a lot of these. If you come across houses and somebody doesn't want to pay the taxes because Juanito or Cantinflas, want to live there or something like that. So, that's a situation we come across a lot, and we're here to help them. There's ways to mitigate those things, and sometimes it involves pan dulce. Sometimes it does. Coffee and pan dulce, just sitting down and talking to people and mitigating that for them and helping them come to a resolution. That's what we do. I think, if anything, our goal is to be, the best problem solvers for any situation. I mean, so if you ever come across that where, you have a family member leave a house and they don't know what to do with it, or they can't sell it because it's for some reason or another, give us a call.
Right.
Let us talk about
and
it.
And right now, it's unfortunate during these times, during this pandemic, where we're going to run into a lot of that. Not just us as home, investors and stuff like that, but also just our friends and family out there. We're going to run into these situations where, hey, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, or passed away due to complications, and a lot of people don't know because you're not ready. You're not ready for that. But give us a call if you need help with that. Give us a call. We could definitely walk you through those kind of situations and other kind of situations as well. Like I said, Gerard's constantly putting out fires on his business, Gabriel as well with his houses, and it's like that's what we do on a regular basis.
So in saying that, be prepared. Make sure that your family has a will. You know what's going where. You don't necessarily have to get a lawyer for it. Have something on paper. Talk to a lawyer if you need to, but definitely have a plan in case that stuff happens. That way, it's not as difficult. There's a plan. I talked about it already, and it's a better situation for everybody. So, a couple of things we learned. That one, we helped out a friend. We were able to give them good advice, and also not only advice. Like, hey, this is what you should do. Have no idea. No, we give them step by step. Also gave them advices on what to do, and that's what we can do to help out. We didn't get anything for that. We took it as we gained knowledge. What's still out there. The taxes right now, they're not helping you with any kind of programs. So they're not going to, you have COVID and you're not going to be able to pay taxes now. They're going to pay taxes. So if you're in trouble with that, come to us. Let us know. We'll be able to help you out. We'll give you some guidance. What else did you go through today?
This week, put it in fires, lots of fires. I mean, so Gerard has a business. We have property. We both all have properties, but sometimes you come across being a landlord. A lot of times, it's a lot of work. You're having to put out things that you don't want to have to deal with. So on Friday, Gary and I were headed out to the river, and one of my guests calls, says, "Hey, the air's out. Can't get the air conditioner to turn on." Like, oh man, I just had a technician out there in the morning to change out just the thermostat. Just that's it. Nothing was wrong with the AC, just the thermostat. And so I called the company, and they're trying to walk them through, trying to reprogram the thermostat that was changed out. And so I just said, forget it. This was an hour-long process, like Gary was saying. It was an hour-long. And I said, you know what, just forget it, man. I asked the guest, hey, man, do you mind breaking into the closet that's locked and just taking out the old thermostat and putting it on? He's like, I'm a pretty handy guy. I can do it. Like, all right, man. So he's out there. He changed it out. He got the AC working within a few minutes. But, so I gave him a little discount on the stay. But, it's better than me driving 4 or 5 hours or paying, $400 or $500 to have another technician go out there to fix it, because they weren't going to send anybody till Saturday morning, and this was like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, And so sometimes you just gotta make it work. It's part of the game. I constantly tell myself it's part of the game. It's just the way it is sometimes. It's what we have to do, But it's cool. Just part of it.
You know what? I had a tenant And you know what, guys? Everybody wants to be nice to everybody, and that's cool. But especially in these tough times when money's hard to find sometimes, and everybody's going through something. Don't let somebody live with you for free or promise you rent and then bail out on you. Get that up front. I know family members. Well, Mijo needs a place to stay. He's working, but he can't spare it. If he's staying somewhere with you, and you need help, make sure you ask that family member or friend, whoever, say, hey, you mind giving me $100 I want to pay rent? Because when it's time to pay rent, and that person says, leaves, and you never got anything, it's harder for you to pay rent. So just something to be aware of, guys. Make sure that be nice, but also if you're renting from somebody who's giving money, it does cost, and so people are having a hard time right now. But one of my renters had the son and the daughter-in-law stay, and it was time to pay rent. They split. And they promised what money. It just didn't happen. So just make sure that we help each other out.
Yeah, that's but I'm thankful for all these problems, man, because it's really a blessing. It's hard work, and if you're interested in learning how, we'd be more than happy to teach you. If that's what you want to do, you want to buy houses, you want to look for houses, we will help you do that too. But it wasn't always like this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so before the fire of putting out on Friday, I think at the Corpus house, there was another fire, and I was just like, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna take off. I'm gonna go down to Corpus. It's like a 2.5-hour drive, and I'll go take care of it myself. And but I was like, you know what, I can't be doing that. I'm just gonna have somebody do it for me. So I took a U-turn. And I drive for dollars. I look for houses on a regular basis. I'm driving neighborhoods looking for abandoned, vacant houses. And I come across an old friend, and I say an old friend because this was a house that I had 20 years ago. All right, and
pretty old. You don't look good.
And if I would have known the information that I know now, if I would have known back then, the situation would have been totally different. I guarantee it. I didn't know. And I look back, but going by that house was vacant. It hadn't been touched since the last time I think I lived in it. And it was just bad. I mean, grass was like 3 feet high, literally. I'm not kidding.
The backyard is a jungle.
Everything, I was telling my brothers, like, the fixtures are the same, everything is the same. I think the guy fixed the roof, but that's it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, if I would have known what I know now, it would have been a totally different situation, and we learn, right? And I think that's the reason why I'm so willing to help people, because I know what it means to lose. I know what it means to not be able to win that situation. And I feel bad for people. I want to help them. I want to get them across the finish line. And sometimes people are afraid. And like I was, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know who to talk to or what. I mean, I reached out to people and they didn't actually know anything. They had never been through that situation. And so you don't know what to do. And so you end up, making a different decision. But I learned a lot from it. And my goal is to buy that house again. Is to buy it right now. Like, I've made offers on it already, and I'm waiting back to hear from the owner. But the goal. That's the goal. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's a sense of getting back. Of not losing or trying to rerun a race. Right. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But if we can get it, we're gonna get it.
So if you're ever in that situation, Matt, and you fear that you can lose your house or your friend or your family member or whatever, let us know. Go to our website. We have a website, Home Bros.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got the website. The website just launched.
Yeah, I think they're gonna post it. Go there, give your information. We'll be able to contact you and help you out. And guys, we're not charging for this kind of information that we give you, especially we're gonna help you win. If no matter what, somebody's gonna win. we're gonna make sure y'all win first. But yeah, if you fall in that situation, man, we're gonna lose the house, taxes, whatever it is. You know, I'm not working right now. There's an eviction. We can talk about evictions also. But getting that situation, we've been there. My brother's telling his own personal story. You know, he's a real person. You know, we're not the, hey, we win all the time, you know, past, and we don't come from this big large amount of money that we just buy houses from. My mom and dad, kind of thing. So if you need help, whatever, let us know.
Hey, Gary, Jesse Bondoc wants to know if he can swing by and get a haircut, dude.
I'm afraid to touch his hair. Is what I'm telling you. Look, guys, I keep on. It's like a third, fourth time someone asked me about. I'm not good at it. All right. These guys are family. They gotta walk out and tell me I did a good job. That's what they have to do. You know, and whether it's true or not. So.
Dude, Matt came in with the full head of hair. I don't know if you can go a little closer there, Matt. I think we.
No, like I told him that. He's like, good. I've been waiting 4 weeks for this.
4 weeks, dude. Darn COVID.
I know, dude. I was like,
freaking COVID.
I'm trying to save a buck, right, bro?
Yeah,
Get a haircut.
You know what?
Starting to.
Times are tough right now. When times are tough, you go to Gary for a haircut. I'll tell you right now. That was me last week, and I don't regret it. I love it.
Yeah, you do, bro.
Dude, it's not that bad. I mean, he does a pretty good job. He's been, you know, he's been doing this since like he was a kid, though, man. So he just kind of self-learned.
You know what?
We couldn't pause it.
Get us an address, get a free haircut, something like that.
No.
Get us an address of a big house, free haircut.
Hey, if we buy that house, we'll give you a free haircut.
Free haircut plus
from a real barber. From a real
barber. Yeah, that's better.
Same chair, different barber.
Oh, we got a chair. Good, check that out, man. Can you see that?
Yeah. Sorry, not ready.
Oh, dang. Nice, like a vintage, like a. I don't even know what year that is, but I'm thinking
Gary liked
70s.
it. Gary liked it.
It's comfy though. It's comfy. It's very
Gary
comfy.
wanted a chair.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I do trust Gary with my hair though.
There you go.
Luckily, it's not his first time cutting it.
Yeah.
Dude.
I always cut his hair.
Yeah, you're next, Jesse. Don't worry about it. I got you.
No, Jesse, not next.
Come on, bro. Bring your all the Bondocs, bro. We take care of
You
because
gotta sign
everybody's
in. You have to
high.
sign in.
There's as many Bondacs as there's Robinsons.
No, there's only 4 of them, right? There's only 4 Bondocs.
Dude, but what about the kids? If there's a kid, then it's over, bro. Anyway.
Nah, man.
Just sign in like they're real. Sign in.
Just sign in. No, man. But you know, there's a lot of like you know with as much fires that we put out, man. The good thing is like spending time with family. You know, that's one of the reasons why we actually started Mogo. Is that you know, each one of us has a superpower. Like Jeffrey, he has his own superpower. Gerard has his own superpower. Gary has his own superpower. I have my own power, and you know, putting it all together and utilizing each other, it's really helped out. And I think that's part of us. Like this whole help people win. It's like we're all helping each other try to get better and try to utilize our strengths and help each other, right? And that's the way it is with houses too. I mean, people come to us and like, hey, can you do this? It's like, man, like this last house was like, no, we can't really. We'll get you the information and we'll see what we can do, but that situation was just too far beyond what you can do and be able to make a profit. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to make sure people win, but and we have to be able to keep our business going too. You know.
So is there any questions over there?
It's a different like I saw the struggle like my brother when he was dealing with all these. Oh, man, this is what being a landlord. This is why I hate it. This is why I hate this. And it's like, but he got over it. He went through it, and now because of it, he's better off. He learned. He was able to figure out. And like being a part of this and being with brothers all the time, it's always like there's always a back door. There's always a way out. Always a way out. We always have, you know, because there's 4 of us.
Back door?
Okay.
All right.
Wait, was that bad?
It sounds bad. Go ahead.
But there's always a way out.
There's
I'm gonna stop. I feel like I'm gonna stop.
There's a way out.
There's always a way out. You're never stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what like That's what's good with these guys. Like they always figure it out, but it's tough. And without that struggle that Gabriel went through, at the end of the day, we got to enjoy the day. And he knew his customer was good, or his people standing in his house was good. The AC was good. It made the day worth it because we went through that. And we're like, okay, now we know we're good. We can actually relax. It was good times. Good times.
It was good times.
Like I saw the process. It was great.
Dude, who's Adam Mendez, bro?
Adam Mendez, that's Matt's friend. Nah, it's my friend too. Adam Mendez is a friend of mine. Why would he say?
You want the haircut too?
No. I think I gave Adam a haircut too.
Come on by, Adam. Come on by, bro. We're gonna be getting haircuts all day.
No, we're not. And you're stop saying we when it's me.
Marty doesn't mind. Marty doesn't mind, bro.
It's on us.
But one of the other situations that we came about is a gentleman who wants to sell his house, but he doesn't want to stop receiving his rent checks from his renters. There's a strategy there. We use, more than a couple of times. And some people need that paycheck, especially retired people. They only get Social Security, they're getting their rent checks, and they do not know what to do with the lump sum of money. That's all they've been doing is renting houses. Hey, if you want to sell us your house and continue to receive a rent check, we can do that. We can help you. You can get paid on a monthly basis, and you don't have to worry about the taxes. You don't have to worry about the maintenance. You don't have to worry about the headaches, evicting anybody. We'll handle all of that for you. There's a special way. That way you continue to get money. We understand how important it is. We have parents. We have grandparents. We know, especially these days, it can be tough, right? I mean, it's just a part of another strategy that we work with. So we'll see what happens with that gentleman too. It could be something that he may be interested in.
Another strategy we came across too was maybe you have a couple houses, maybe you're invested. You're like, hey man, I want to keep my houses. Great, keep them. But if you want to gain some income, maybe pay off your taxes or whatever, you can still hold on to them. We can work a strategy out that we have, and we can both benefit from it too while you still own the house. So there's a lot of different ways to skin the cat. So just be aware of that, guys.
I think that's the main thing about us is that we're always trying to find a way, not just to get our job done, but to get you something as well, and to get to make sure that Gabriel always says, like, we want to help people win. That's all we're trying to do. So whatever it's gonna take, we'll figure it out. Gabriel, we're always brainstorming ideas. Every Zoom meeting, every phone call we get, we're like, hey, what about this idea? Just throwing it out there. Give me yes or no about this idea. I think it's amazing to see it, like the process, like the behind the scenes of it all. It's really, really.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
It's exciting.
You go to school and you learn something a certain way, and you think that that's the only way you have to do it, and it's not. Like, the world is so much more. There's so many more options to solve the problem, and it's pretty cool. It's really awesome to be able to do that.
I ran into a friend of mine over the weekend, and he's at work, just everything going on. And he's like, man, I want to do something with computers. I'm like, great, there's a lot of options that you can do. There's some of my friends do some stuff on the computer, with Amazon and stuff like that. I was trying to help him some others, but like, hey, in the meantime, you want to go look for a house for us, go do that. We can pay $1,000 for the referral, we close on it. He's like, man, I didn't know that. He said, man, there's a house down the street. I go, what is the address? So he went to get the address. There's something that he's out of work, it's not going to hurt to try something new also. But he was excited about it too. He's like, well, I didn't know that. I was telling him some strategies that we use, and he's like, man, I just didn't know. You don't have to pay for anything, guys. You don't go to a class. I mean, you can, I guess, but you don't have to. If you're interested, let us know. But
speaking of, Matt's one of our biggest contributors. The dude popping out houses like 6 houses a week, just like giving us addresses and helping us out. You really want that $1,000, really bad.
Hey man, $1,000.
I'm
That's a
just-
lot of cake. $1,000 is a lot of cake.
I
I mean,
You
not
can't see under there. He's a very fit individual.
Wait, that's
He's
no-
very. I'm just saying.
No,
you
what's
make-
up, man?
You're making it seem like he's unfit. He's very.
I-
He's a
I-
very.
I-
Bulky is the word bulky.
No, what? No.
I'm sorry, man. Man, I'm sorry,
It's
man.
round the circle.
It's round as shape.
No.
It's built like a bowling ball. That's not good.
Hey, we have a celebrity on, or at least she was on. Hey, April. April, the queen of the South Side. South Side Live. She just came out with a magazine. If you go check her out, check her space out. It's called South Side Live. She has a magazine out. Just started last week, and she's awesome, man. She's always giving me some pointers and social media, and she's really awesome. So if you go check her out, she's awesome. Go check her out.
Hey guys, if you're out with business, come on, we'll give you a shout out. We'd love to support that. All, especially veteran businesses, Southside businesses, anywhere. Philadelphia, I always have Philadelphia people on right there.
Yeah.
So give a shout out to them, Jerome. Here's looking at our website, kind of give us a review on it. Man, we'll take any critique you have, and was able to help us out that way. Also to Arturo Knight, who's the one that put the website together, very knowledgeable. If you need a website for whatever your business, let us know. Arturo Knight's a good guy, smart. He does a lot of things on the computer, Amazon, and he'll be able to help you out. There's Matt's haircut.
He'll get him through the week, guys. Like, no one's gonna notice it until he takes a shower and he's like, "Look, Gary messed up," but that's fine. He's gonna be home and I'm gonna be home. That's all that matters. I can't do anything about it.
Free haircuts.
It's already done. Yeah, anybody have any questions? Let us know.
So Marissa's asking, what's the easiest house and person to work with? The easiest house and person to work with is the person who is willing to, is ready to sell.
Yeah.
Ready to come up, to let us solve the problem for them. Really the easiest, that's the easiest person. The easiest house, usually a friend.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah, sir.
Getting a referral from a friend, those are the easiest ones to. Because we have a common ground usually.
Like a bowling ball, man.
He's a good looking dude, guys. Great looking. He's bulky. Great looking.
You know,
they
they all have their own situation.
I remember I asked a question when I first started asking questions. I was like, "How shitty is too shitty?" And they were like, "We will take anything." And I think as far as houses go, we will deal with any kind of house. As far as problems go, we can do with any kind of house. You know what I mean? Even owners, the fact that there's 4 of us, we all have a particular way of handling people, or not handling, that's the word, of like talking with people. And we all use that as like Gabriel said, as a superpower. It's like, hey, we need Gerard on this one. Hey, we need Gabriel on this one. Oh, we need hey, Jeffrey, you make the call. Gary, you go out there, you meet the guy. Like, we all have our super strengths and how we're able to talk to people and engage with people. And so I don't think there's a house too big or too small, too bad, or an owner or a renter or anybody, whether it's their attitude or their mindset or whatever. I think we can handle it all, and I think that anybody can. Like, it's not just us, you can too. If you're out there, you're doing it, and anybody can handle it.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks, Gary, for having us here, man.
Well, dude, y'all have nowhere else to go. So this is my house, and y'all have to come here. We're gonna try to do this every Sunday at least, for sure. Y'all check us out. Check out the website, check out our Facebook pages. We're posting content as much as we can, and we're constantly looking at the.
We'll put the website on the links below. And so anybody wants to check that out. If y'all have feedback for us or questions, or hey, you know what, you can make this better, or have you tried this? Hey, we're constantly looking to get better.
We're always learning.
And I think that's the biggest thing is that we don't know everything, but we're gonna try to help you. And if we can't help you, we're gonna find somebody who will. And we really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a great day.